Hello everybody. In this video, Mo will do some dragging, so he'll drag some milk cartons and that tire that's in the middle. And I'll also have my first walk trot ride in a saddle on him. And I cut out a bunch of the repetitive footage of this video, so I cut about an hour-long session down into about 10 minutes. So I do the same thing that I always do. I'll tack him up, I'll warm him up a little bit. So I had him trot a little bit each way without the back cinch on, and then I put the back cinch on, and I'm gonna have him walk, trot, canter both ways with the back cinch. And in my last video, you'll remember that he bucked when we put the back cinch on for the first time when he cantered, and this time he was lovely. No bucking at all, nice and relaxed. And now I'm just gonna get going on dragging the milk carton, which should be familiar to him because we've already done it once. And he is a very good boy. He's not super worried about it. He doesn't mind when it starts hitting his back legs. And he stays pretty relaxed in the trot with it dragging. And I actually really like that his response when he gets a little worried is to slow down and just think about it. And since he was good about the milk jug dragging behind him, I'm just gonna go ahead and hook both of the milk jugs up to him. So you see me put the one on the right side. He has a milk jug hanging off of both sides, and I'm going to do just a touch of long lining with both of these on. And he was non-reactive to it, so I went ahead and moved on after I long lined him both ways. And you can see he's got a nice relaxed trot here. He is starting to be a little bit more forward, which I like, and we have a good whoa. And again, he was good, so I'm gonna move on from that. And next up, he is going to drag the tire so he can get used to having some weight leaning off of the saddle before I do his first ride with tack on. So like the milk jug in the last video, when I start dragging a new item, I usually have the horse follow it for a little bit. And I'd also like to apologize if you hear a dog barking in the background. My dog is a little upset about some visitors. And Mo's a little hesitant at first, but then he says, no big deal, just follow the tire. And after he figures out following the tire, I'm going to start dragging it with it nice and far away from his back feet. And I cut out the beginning part of me doing a lot of walk work with the tire, and now we're just going to start dragging it at the trot. And he is really good about that. He, is keeping an ear on it, but he is staying nice and relaxed with the tire dragging behind him. And as everything else we do everything on both sides so they can see it out of both eyeballs. And I'll drag the tire behind him this way. And he is a little bit more worried with the tire and his right eyeball, but he settles down pretty quickly. And after I do the dragging, I'm going to practice mounting, just putting some weight in the saddle. And you'll see I have no intention of swinging over right now, so it's just a lot easier for me to put my left foot in the stirrup instead of the right. And I'll do this on the left side as well. And while I'm up there, Mo really likes scratches, so I'll give him some scratches on his shoulder so he can have some positive associations with me being up there with some weight. Make sure to touch the butt so it's not a surprise the first time it happens. Yeah, and then we'll do some scratches, and he loves scratches. And I'm feeling pretty confident with my prep work, so it's time for Momo to have his first ride with the saddle. So I'm gonna swing over, and I did cut a lot of this out because I think it's pretty boring to watch, but I just stayed up there sitting for a while, touching his butt, scratching his shoulders, just moving my legs around, making sure he's really comfortable. So I sat on him for a little while longer doing a lot of scratches, and now I'm trying to get him to walk forward. So You use a little bit of leg, sometimes turning them a little bit will help them go forward, but Mo keeps backing up, which I'll be honest, is a bit of an unsettling feeling when you're riding them. So I cut the clip short, but the most I could do is get him to take a bunch of steps back. I probably cut out about 7 minutes of us just backing up until I got Elisa to come help me, just to help bridge the gap a little bit. Sometimes they just don't quite understand that leg means go forward, and you need a ground person to use language they already understand to help them go forward. So before Elisa uses any pressure, she's just gonna try to see if she can get Mo to follow her while she walks. And now we're gonna add a little bit of pressure to see if we can get him moving forward. And he didn't move, so Elisa is just going to see again if she can get him to follow her a little bit. There we go, and now we're taking a couple of steps forward. And he's still a little bit unsure, but at least we're moving forward now. And now Elisa is in a bit of a lunging position, which is something that he should understand. So we got a couple more laps of walk to the left that I cut out, and now we're trying to get Mo to go forward to the right. And he's definitely a little bit resistant, but he does understand Elisa adding pressure from behind and pushing him forward. So we practiced some more walk in both directions with Elisa helping us out. And then we also did a few turns into the fence to practice steering. And now we're gonna give trotting a go. You see, he almost did it there. Now we're adding some pressure and we're up into the trot. And it's a nice western jog, but he is trotting. And you know, this is how some horses will show their tension. You know, we kind of think of first rides tension being exploding, but some horses will be like this, where they're just reluctant to go forward. And this is a bit in character for Mo because he is, you know, on the lazier side. But as he relaxes, you can see now he's going much more forward and he's really figuring out. And we have a nice good whoa right there. And now we're gonna practice turning and we're gonna see if we can get some trot going the other way. And it's nice to see him relaxing and moving him a little bit more forward, even if he is still a bit sticky. What a good boy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We don't have to canter on the first day.
I usually don't.
We can get them relaxed and turning into the fence. Because honestly, sometimes then I think like, because you're always trying to get them to go in the beginning. Walk, trot, canter, don't buck me off. And then they're like, oh, get on me.
You stress them out.
Yeah.
And that was a little wisdom from Elisa about not having to canter your very first ride. But super happy first ride. Nice and boring, just how we like. Good boy, Mo.